Hello friends, welcome to my third ever Lo-Fi painting session. I'm Scrain, my pronouns are he, him, and this is the Scrain Games YouTube channel. I like to keep these Lo-Fi painting sessions nice and relaxed and chill, so that way you can have something to play in the background while you're doing your own hobbies, or heck, maybe if you're just at work and you just need something relaxing to keep on in the background. For these first few videos, I've been doing the Glaivewraith Stalker from the Tempest's Soul starter set for Age of Sigmar. He's a member of the Nighthaunt faction, and we've been trying out something a little interesting with him. Trying to get a nice little purple glow effect at the bottom, as much as we can anyway. The last session, we did a little bit of highlighting on that cloak to really kind of try and reinforce the purple, and this time we're going to expand a little bit beyond that. We're going to focus a little bit more on the hands and try and get a little bit of the skull in, and if we have the time, we're going to try and add a nice rust effect to the blade that he's holding for his spear. If you have your own paints, feel free to pull them out and paint along with me. And if you're painting anything along with this, feel free to share my Discord. There's going to be a link down to the Discord below. As always, there's also going to be a playlist down below. And if you like this video, please remember to give it a like and give the channel a subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications on when there's going to be more videos coming out, because, of course, I love having this time to relax, and I love getting to share it with you, and I hope that I get to see you all again in the future. That said, let's go ahead and start painting, shall we?
Alright friends, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So, let's see if we can't get things cleaned up just a little bit here. Some of these highlights. I kind of not a fan of how we left off right about here, so I want to see if we can't clean that up and clean up a little bit of what's up here. So, before we get started with that, I got my nice number 1 brush here. Just gonna get that a little bit wet. And I'm gonna take, not that brush. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and grab this brush right here. This is not the best of brushes, which makes it great for just getting paint out of the pot. So let's go ahead and actually shake this pot up real fast. Make sure everything's all nice and blended up. Now we can pull a little bit of this out. You aren't going to need too much. I just kind of want to start off with a little bit of this golden pink. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a little bit of this onto the brush. I want to try and brighten up some of these highlights in an interesting way. Right? And I think pink is going to be the good way to go with that. So that's going to add... yeah, that's gonna add some decent color to it. If we add just a little bit of pink here, I think. I wonder if this might not even be the right amount of pink for us either. What if we went for a slightly hotter pink from this? What if we went for this squid pink here from Game Color? What else if we try adding this in? Just put a little bit right there. That actually looks tremendously similar. I didn't think it would based off the pots, but I don't know, let's see. See how this goes on. This one might be a little bit of a hotter pink. So let's just go ahead and try this out just a little bit right here. Yeah, you could kind of see a little bit of a difference here. I think that'll be good. So add just a little touch there. Make sure I'm not adding too much at any given time. I want it to be smooth and kind of blended on. I don't want this to look like I just caked paint on. If that makes sense. We're just gonna very, very, very gently just kind of brush that on there. Go to the other side. We're gonna kind of just go ahead and heat that real fast. Beautiful. Just like that. That's good. I'm liking it. I'm liking that. Oh, it's gonna be like kind of subtle looking when we do it over top of this purple. A nice subtle color on there for us. Gonna take that off, and then what I could do on top of that is we could take a little bit of this T'Challa lilac, shake this up. We're gonna add a little bit of that as well, just to kind of blend a few things in there. A little bit of that right here onto the palette. Just a small amount, we don't need too much. This is like nice, bright purple, like very pastel. And we can even put that a little bit over pink in some of these areas here, I think. That it's getting blended up into it. And I can kind of blend it up into this gray here. Just like that. So that way this looks a little bit more of a natural blend onto here. It's not still see the gray underneath. You could see it kind of also coming down in the process. Kind of like that. I think that looks pretty alright in my opinion. And mixed in with that pink from earlier, I think we're getting something pretty nice here. I think that looks a little bit better. Just a little bit like right here-ish. A little bit down this way. Excellent. I think I'm pretty happy with this so far. Oh, there we go. Didn't mean to do that off camera, friends. I apologize. And also, friends, I just want to remind you that don't focus too much on any mistakes you make. Don't focus on your imperfections, because we all make mistakes. Sometimes things happen. Don't always come out exactly as we anticipated. That's okay, that's all a part of the process here. It's all part of learning and trying to get better. Let's go ahead and like get the bottom edge of this cloak like this. always sign off these videos reminding all of you to be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and be kind to the planet. I want to talk a little bit about today. Well, I want to talk a little bit today. It's about being kind to yourselves. That is something that is often really hard to do and really hard to kind of picture and remember, because it's very easy for us to be incredibly hard on ourselves. It happens all the time. We just fall into it easily. You know, people will like to joke that we're our own worst critics, but it's true. In many, many respects, we really are just our own worst critics. I want to remind you that it's okay. That happens. But be kind to yourself in the process. You've made a mistake, or, you know, you can see your own flaws, but be kind to yourself about it. Don't beat yourself up. We all have our own flaws, and if you really do believe it's a flaw, as long as you can work to try and fix it, you're doing okay. You don't need to change all at once. These things take time more often than not. And by the way, I'm using some Administratum Gray here. And just some watercolor Vallejo Black. I'm just going to kind of blend these up real fast. Just so we can kind of fix some areas here. Darken things up just a little bit, and make sure we're getting a decent kind of blend on this. That way it's not like it just drew purple onto it out of nowhere. That's one thing I like to emphasize as well. It's just kindness. Being kind to everyone around us. And that is, again, also including ourselves. I have often regretted being mean to someone, being unkind and not giving someone benefit of the doubt, or not giving someone the kindness that, you know, even, I'm not even going to say they deserve, but maybe the kindness that they've asked for, kindness that they wanted in the moment. But I have never regretted actually being kind to someone. And I don't know too many people who have. Sure, occasionally that kindness might be taken advantage of, but I think that speaks more to the character of the other person than to me. I would rather be taken advantage of for being kind than deny someone kindness that they desperately need. Right? That's just something I kind of wanted to reflect on today, because I know a few people who are either desperately struggling right now, who are going through their own things, and I don't know. We don't always know what other people are going through in the moment, and sometimes maybe they just need that extra bit of kindness to help get through the day. We can all provide that to each other. I think that might just help. I'm not even going to be as grandiose as to say to help make the world a better place. Maybe it won't. But it just might make people around us better. I think that's something nice to keep in mind. I'm going to highlight the edge of this cloak first in a little bit of this Xerius purple. I'll get pretty serious about this. Go get these highlights on here. We're getting some nice Xerius looks on this. Yes, I am trying my hardest to workshop a pun as I'm saying this. You might have picked up on it. Let's go ahead Gonna thin this out just a little bit right here. I want to rather gently, just a little bit of this, like right up onto here. Just gonna get a little bit of this purple right here. But I could give you all a little bit of homework today, though, just reflecting back on what I was saying. Take the time today, maybe even the time tomorrow, to just like reflect on yourself and give yourself some compliments. Just think honestly about it. What do you like about yourself? And you can't think of anything. Well, sometimes that'll happen, especially just in the moment. You know, can't think of anything. Really just sit down and reflect on what it is that you do and try to find something. Even if it's just something small. You know, even if it's just today. You happen to like the way that your hair looked, or, you know, maybe you think you just have great taste in music. I certainly hope you would think you have a great taste in music. So otherwise, why do you listen to music that you don't like? Feels like a mistake to me. I mean, granted, to be fair, I kind of think I have a terrible taste in music, but it's because I listen to a lot of ska, electro swing, and I know that's not for everyone. But man, that music is great for me. And that's the important thing. I enjoy my taste in music, even if objectively I know no one else does. Well, not no one. A limited number of people do, I should say. If you could just find just one thing to compliment yourself about, one thing that you're feeling pretty proud of today, say go for it. I think that's a great way to just, you know, a great little practice to have. Recognize things about yourself that you like. And who knows? Maybe when you recognize the things that you like about yourself, you just recognize that. You might be able to show off a bit more about what you think makes you so great to others. And just that little bit of kindness to yourself, I don't know, might reflect back. Might help you share a little bit more of that kindness with others. Brighter, more pastel color again real fast, because I just want to hit like right up here with it, just kind of get this edge. want to kind of like make it a little bit darker underneath here. Like that, I think. I don't know, I might be thinking about this weird, but I kind of think that this is about right. This is kind of where I want to end up with that. And we can just like brighten up some of these lines again right here. Just the best angle to do this at as well. Just gonna get a little bit more of this purple on here. I do just kind of want to like make sure I'm hitting as many of these lines as I can. Perfect. Just mix in a little bit of this pink into this mix here. We're just gonna really kind of hit top edges with that. We're just gonna just be brightest. What are all of you working on right now, friends? What has you painting these days? Are you doing Age of Sigmar like me? Are you doing 40k? Or are you doing a different game? I know there are just so many interesting minis out there. I'm really constantly impressed by what I'm seeing. Rinse that off just a little bit. Right up here. Just kind of like get a little bit more of this purple on here. Right at this edge. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more of this purple up onto here. Just gonna get a little bit more like right there. Make sure it's nice and smooth. I don't want it too thick, but I also don't want it like super watery. So I just kind of really want to like try and find just that perfect amount. We're just gonna get a little bit of that right up onto this edge real fast. Bit right there. We can just like a little bit of this pink right up onto there. Let's try and brighten that up just a little for us. also, like, kind of don't like how it looks a little bit up here, so I'm just gonna try get some of this blending in. We're just gonna very gently run that down just a little bit here. Try and get rid of some of this, like, kind of gnarly looking white, I think. There we go. Alright, I think that's kind of like spooky looking, you know, just at least a little bit. Kind of what I was going for there. Alright. So let's go ahead now and let's take on the bone. For this, I'm going to use a little bit of a shafty bone. I'm going to mix that, I think, a little bit with some white. So give me just a second. I want to make sure this is super well mixed, because this was really thick the last time I was experimenting with this. Alright, let's see. We're just going to get a little bit of you. Oh. Grab a paper clip real fast. There we go. Whoa. Maybe that's a little bit too watery now. I don't know. I feel like it probably just needs to be shaken up a bit more, but it's fine. Got enough on here that we can work with. On the palette, so we can use some of this on the brush here, and we're just going to kind of very gently, very gently, might even just kind of get a little bit up like that. Here we go. Now we can just kind of like get a little bit onto the face here. Just trying to be like pretty gentle with this. So I don't want to get too into the areas where we've applied a wash. I can avoid it. I'd much rather just kind of really only hit the edges. What I might do, I've said this before, take this up just a little bit. I'm just going to add a drop of this white onto the palette. This is the Vallejo white. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of it. We're just gonna brighten up this shafty bone just a little bit here. We don't need to brighten it up too much. We can just kind of quickly like like that a little bit, right? I don't know. Maybe this guy isn't going to win any prizes, but certainly been trying to experiment with him as much as I can. Kind of try out some new paints, some new techniques. Trying to get a better idea of what I want this army to look like. So it doesn't need to be perfect. This isn't exactly a hero model or, you know, an important unit for me, but it's also not going to be my main army. I'm not too worried about it either. some of the brightness without taking away too much of where we applied. The wash earlier. And then literally just as I say that, I make a small mistake. It's okay though. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of the Agrax Earth shade back to it, and that should be fine. There we go, just like that, it's fixed. I think I'm pretty happy with that. A little bit brighter up top if I can. Now let's go for the hands if we can. What I'm gonna do for this is actually wait, before I do that, I was almost silly for a second because there's more bone on this friend, and that's right up here. Just want to very gently kind of hit these little spine dealers up here with a little bit of this shafty bone and white mixture, just to kind of add some highlight to this. Be very, very gentle with this so I don't get any onto the cloak area either. With it. Now we can go to the other side here and repeat that process. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty fine. Just kind of want to do is take a little bit of this black and gray mixture, and we're just going to kind of touch up a little bit on the cloak, like right up here. Just between these spines where you can see a little bit of it kind of hitting that cloak area. There we go, I think that should be fine. That's more or less what I wanted. A little bit more of this is Sham TV. Like that. Yeah, it's a little bit hard sometimes just for these really, really, really tiny areas, but I think we're doing okay there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let's go ahead. I was saying before, we're going to go ahead and touch up the skin on the hands. We're going to use some of this Deepkin flesh and give that nice kind of like sickly pale green looking color there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some of this onto the palette. Just gonna get it right onto here. That's looking a little little bit thick on me. That's okay, we don't need too much. Water up onto there. Perfect. Let's focus on these hands. Very, very gently. Just like that. You can see you got a little bit of the purple down here, and that's fine. That's like kind of the glow effect I was looking for with them. It's good. By going gentle, we can kind of preserve some of the highlighting from earlier. Not highlighting, but the shading. Bring this back just a little bit. There, just kind of smooth some of this out. This is like a really thick paint for me right now, so I think I gotta add like a lot of extra water to this. There we go. So these are the first time I've ever painted this faction, the Nighthaunt. So I'm still kind of working out how I'm trying to do a lot of these colors and how they're all gonna look for me. So it's a bit of a process right now, but we'll see. See how this looks compared to the last trend that we painted. I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and pick up just a little bit of like that brighter pink and purple mixture real fast. I gotta go like right up here just a little bit. Just want to kind of like very, very gently hit right up here with it so we still have some of that glow effect from down here. There we are. just a little bit less gloopy here. So we have like some less, so we aren't dealing as much with textures. Yeah, you can just kind of like bring that up just a little bit, I think. You kind of like touch a little bit right there. Alright. I think that's pretty okay on the arms for now. Gonna be just a little bit more subtle with this than I was with like the last Glaivewraith Stalker, where I think I might have gone just a little bit overboard by using the purple shade. I'm just gonna put a little bit of burnt umber onto the palette here. I just want to try mixing that in a little bit with what we just used, the Ideneth skin, or the Deepkin flesh. That's what it's called, Deepkin flesh, whatever. Same thing. Not really the same thing, but you know. We're just gonna kind of move on to this wood right here real fast. The hilt of this staff, and I just kind of want to like really just edge highlight what I can here. Try to be pretty gentle with this. And again, friends, I am very new to all of this, so if you have any suggestions for me on how I could be doing this better, anything you think I might have missed, or whatever you think, let me know in the comments. I am always open to learning, and I'm going to be honest, the Warhammer community has been so wonderful in welcoming me in and teaching me along the way. I appreciate all of you so much for it. Okay. So my plan with these as well, I'm gonna try and do some, when it comes to it, I should say. When it comes to it, I want to try doing some cracked earth basing on this. That's going to be like, once I get all the units painted, and we'll line them all up, take them off their bases, possibly. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I might keep them on the bases, I might take them off. Thinking about it. But the plan is that I'm going to do some cracked earth bases. So it's going to be kind of like a purple-pink radiating out from the ground. Almost like they're breaking out of the ground, out of their graves somehow. I think that would be kind of a cool effect to add to this. Something that I'm at least looking at doing anyway. We'll see. Up onto there, just to thin that out slightly. Make sure it doesn't dry out too much on me. Perfect. And we can just go ahead and add a little bit like right there. Just really trying to hit it with just the flat of my brush. underneath the staff as well. Perfect. That's some pretty decent progress right now. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to be working on with this. Maybe just adding a little bit more purple right about here. Very gently bringing that up. And then mixing a little bit of that pink again. So we could hit this edge once more. I want to make sure that this is a decently bright edge if I can. Edges as well with just a little bit of this purple. I'm trying to like, yeah, this dark purple on the black here. It can make a decent highlight to kind of help as a through line. On this mini. That I think looks pretty good. So that way you can kind of see that, like, yeah, there's still some purple on there, but like that's from the glow. The brightness is, but it's still like, you know, kind of a dark cloak for him on top. There we go. Just a little bit more pink to that mix. I think that's pretty good. So I'm still just trying things out. Kind of like experimenting a little, seeing what strikes my fancy, what do I like in any given moment, you know. I'm gonna get like, make sure that I'm really getting that good idea of what I want. Process. There we are. Alright. I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more of this shabty color on here real fast. I want to see if I can kind of like hit some of this just a little bit. Just a little bit more in some way. Just kind of like... just very, very, very gently on some of these areas. I like that. It's super subtle. I don't even think it's getting picked up by the camera, but that's okay. I can kind of see what's going on there. Well, let's get back to the staff real fast. I want to see... just adding a little bit of black to this burnt umber color here. Not quite as dark as it was in the past, but, you know, pretty dark overall. It's a small amount, and I want to see if we can't, like, brighten up some of the areas just a little bit, you know? Just kind of like... even just up at the top. Probably should have done this before I did the edge highlighting, but that's okay. Keeping it like super subtle in the process. Smooth out some of these areas just a little bit. It's like practically being dry brushed on right now even. That's okay, it's kind of what I'm hoping for here. Because it's by keeping it thin and just kind of even just dry brushing it, I'm brightening things up a little bit. It's also not still gonna preserve a lot of the shadow, I think that's pretty good. Looks a little bit brighter now. Once again, I can kind of take a little bit of that, mix that in. We're just gonna bring that brown back in. Brighten things up once again. Just one quick little pass to bring back some of these brighter highlights. We can go ahead and leave this for today. So, a little bit of progress here. I think still looks pretty alright. And then next time, go ahead and see if we can't take care of these metallics today. Finish up this mini. So what I want to do for that is, since we used Warlock bronze, we use a little bit of brass scorpion. We're gonna brighten up some of the bronze on here. Just very, very, very subtly. Let's brighten all that up. Okay, this is with number 2. So we're gonna hit this with some brass scorpion real fast, and just very, very gently put that on. But that just like practically dry brushing this on. Kind of the plan. Just brighten this along. My hope is that by doing this, go ahead and start to kind of get some nice rusted look on this. That's what I'm looking for here. So it doesn't need to be too neat. It doesn't need like complete coverage. Okay, if it's even just a little bit on the messier side, and we could still see a lot of this underneath. That's what I'm looking for, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna like top this with a little bit of silver, so there's still like a little bit left over. You know, it's like eating away at the middle. It doesn't need complete coverage for that. It's like darker in some spots than others. That's pretty okay in my book. Be careful to not get this onto the cloak at all, or areas that we've already highlighted. If I can avoid it. Get onto this side with this. So I'm not even really watering the metallic down too much, but I am just kind of brushing it relatively thinly here, this brass scorpion. little bit. Push that off real fast. So we'll try and get a slightly better tip here. This next bit is we get just a little bit like right up into here. Which you can kind of see. Like that, yeah. There we go. Now let's go ahead and get a little bit of Iron Breaker on it here. So it's not gonna be like as bright as a Stormhost Silver. Right? It's gonna be like a relatively dull color, but hopefully by getting a little bit of this up onto the palette here, kind of getting this on, I want to try, see how that goes. Try to get on relatively thin. Kind of see like these areas around here are pretty jagged, I think. Just going like that, I think is pretty good. And we can even just kind of like get a little bit of that color up into there and just like bring back the bronze just a little bit, so it's a little bit kind of like more rusted at the top. I think it's gonna be pretty good. So top's not going to be used as much. And you can like polish or sharpen the blade by like slicing someone with it, you know? So like, even though it's dulled and jagged at the bottom, it's still like a little bit more in use. I think that's a pretty good effect there. I think it's not terrible. So we're just gonna kind of try and get almost a similar-ish look up under here. And again, this doesn't need to be perfect because like this is bent, gnarly looking metal here. Once again, careful, like on the one hand I really do want to just like almost dry brush it on, but on the other I am trying to be careful to just not get this on too thick, and also trying to not get this onto the non-metallic areas onto the areas that we've highlighted already. Kind of see a little bit of a rust going on there. It's, you know, not pure iron colors, but it's not pure brass. You can kind of see that it's like weathered and gnarly. Old. It's an old grave site that's coming to life. Hold on, let me rinse this off real fast. Try and get a bit more of a point back onto this. A little bit more right up top here. All right. And I think that's it for this guy. I think we can go ahead and call him done for now. Maybe let's just run this color along the edge. Just kind of like that, if we can see what happens. Alright, I think that's good. So this is where we'll leave off with him. Finishing off this Glaivewraith Stalker today. Calling it here with his highlights. So he's, I think, a bit brighter than the last one, we could say. We kind of played around a little bit more with the cloak color and with the highlights and whatnot. I think it's pretty good. We could try a few more things next time and see how that goes as well. But for now, let's go ahead and end this. The way I like to always end these painting sessions, let's go ahead and take care of our brushes, shall we? So let's actually start with our big brush right here. This we just used to get a little bit of the paint onto the palette before. So we just want to briefly clean this off. Perfect. Alright, we can just kind of go like that. I'm gonna set that aside. Now we're going to use this number 1 brush here. Yes, we did most of our highlighting with this friend right here. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. How it all ended up looking. Excellent. Let's put that aside. Now we can go ahead and pull out this number 2 brush. This is what we use for our metallics. I always like to use synthetics for my metallics instead of the normal natural fibers, because I do not want metallics to mess up the natural fibers, cause them to fray. So I like to have a set of brushes for base painting, which aren't, you know, the best ones, but they're natural hair. Then I have synthetics for all my metallic work. And then I have another pair of natural fiber brushes that are a great tip, nice sable hair, and they work best for my highlights where I really care about that tip. That's it for today, friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you all again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I think we made some pretty decent progress on this Glaivewraith Stalker, and I'm pretty happy with where we are today. If you've been painting along with this video or working on your own projects, feel free to take a picture and share it over in my Discord. The link again is down in the description, and I hope to see you there. I always love seeing what the community posts, because y'all do some really cool stuff. I hope you've all had a nice, relaxing time, and this was something nice to keep you company while you do your own work. Of course, I look forward to seeing you in the next session. I'm Scrain, this was the Scrain Games YouTube channel, and remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to each other, and be kind to the planet. Until next time, peace out, friends.